Yo, what's good? Welcome to Stu Hoops TV. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on various social medias. But in this video, let's talk about karl-anthony Towns as he reaches full potential with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I know Karl Towns this past weekend, if you watch All-Star Weekend, he came out victorious in the three-point contest. He's also a three-time All-Star, and he's currently averaging 24.4 points per game, 9.7 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 41% from three. And the Timberwolves are sitting at the 7th spot in the Western Conference playoff picture. I know ever since karl-anthony Towns got drafted in 2015, outside of his playoff appearance in 2018, they have not made the playoffs in the 7 years in the league. It's been like a losing season after losing season. It's been turnover after turnover with the roster. Fire this coach, fire that coach. GM getting let go, I believe, last year. It's just been a lot of things and just a lot of instability in the organization. I know Karl Towns was visibly frustrated with just how the things was just going in Minnesota and not being notified of changes, management and organization, and just a level of frustration. And not even to put on top of that everything that's going on in his personal life with the passing of his mom, just things going on with his family. This family members passing, the COVID complications, just everything that's going on in somebody's career, and just all those frustrations for him to still go out and still have the level of drive to actually go out there and want to play the game of basketball. This shows his level of drive and hunger, desire to go out there and win and be great and just be part of just a winning culture and a winning franchise. So karl-anthony Towns wants to be great. He wants to win. He wants to be great in this game. He is great in this game. I mean, dude is gifted offensively. As a big man, he's shooting over 40% from the arc for his career. He has an arsenal of moves that he could take his defender one-on-one. Dude just is crazy offensively, just the amount of gifts that he has. And arguably, you can make the argument that he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, shooting big man of all time as far as beyond the arc from deep. He's even said that himself. And even I could say players like Dirk Nowitzki come to mind. But just when you see Karl Towns operate on the floor and just the things that he's doing as far as percentage rates and everything like that, he does have a legitimate case. But just with the Timberwolves as a franchise, I know the Timberwolves are a mess. I mean, they traded away players like Jimmy Butler, Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins. All of them became all-stars on other thriving teams. I know Andrew Wiggins became an all-star starter for the Golden State Warriors. Zach LaVine's dominating with DeMar DeRozan in Chicago, and then Jimmy Butler just recently went to the finals a few years ago and lost to LeBron and Anthony Davis in the bubble. Just all those players are thriving, just leaving the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. And then when it comes down to the coaches, you've had coaches like Flip Saunders, Sam Mitchell, Tom Thibodeau, Ryan Sanders, Chris Finch. I mean, that's 5 coaches in the last 7 years of his career. Like I mentioned before, there's no stability in that organization. The organization does not give the staff nor the players the time to gel. It's just things that like that don't allow for a winning culture. You don't allow the players to develop. You don't allow them to get a system in place like a San Antonio, like other winning organizations. They're trying to model that, but they gotta allow the players the time to actually create a system and create a flow and create a way of doing things and create a culture. But even with Towns, outside of his offense, he's also developed on the defensive end. But let's not get crazy. I'm not saying he should be on all defensive team or anything like that, or be a candidate for defensive player in the year. But just bare minimum, that part of his game on the defensive floor has developed, like I mentioned. And even with the big three of Towns, Edwards, and D'Angelo Russell, I believe they have a bright future in this league as long as they continue to improve and just continue to progress and grow. I believe that Anthony Edwards especially, I believe that he has the highest ceiling out of those three. Unless Towns comes out of nowhere and goes crazy and takes it up 2 or 3 levels, people are calling Anthony Edwards Dwayne Wade 2.0. I mean, that's very big shoes to fill, as Dwayne Wade is one of the 75 greatest to ever play and everything. I know they have commonalities as far as they play for Tom. I know Tom Crean coached Dwayne Wade when he was over at Marquette, played under the same college coach. But there's a lot of big shoes to fill if you want to beat D-Wade. I mean, D-Wade, he's one of the greatest ever, went crazy in the 06 finals, then won some championships with LeBron. So that's, like I mentioned before, that's very big shoes to fill. But I do feel if he does reach that level, then the Timberwolves will be the next powerhouse in the Western Conference. Anthony Edwards, out of those 3, I believe he does have the highest ceiling. And then also, let's not forget D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is also a former All-Star. Made an All-Star appearance, I believe, with the Brooklyn Nets. If it wasn't the Nets, then drop a comment and let me know the team or the organization he made the All-Star with. I believe it's the Nets, but just improving his playmaking and his skill, I believe that's a great trio with potentials in the works. And then you have Jared Vanderbilt, especially with his rebounding and then him playing on the defensive side of the ball. He's a valuable piece and he does all the dirty work. And I think he's a great piece along Karl-Anthony Towns. He complements him very well as he's able to do all the dirty work and get those rebounds, get those extra possessions, and lock down that defender. So Jared Vanderbilt definitely has growing to do on the offensive end, but I know his defense and rebounding is probably his best attributes. And then you have Patrick Beverley, and Patrick Beverley is a veteran, serviceable point guard that will basically annoy the fuck out of the other team. Bare minimum, a great veteran presence to have in the locker room. And then you have Chris French, and hopefully he continues and has a chance to continue to lead these guys and continue the winning of the Minnesota Timberwolves. And hopefully they can land a playoff spot. Let's just hope that the organization actually gives these players, gives this coaching staff a chance to grow and a chance to develop. I think Chris French, I think he's a good coach as far as leading these guys, and I know players like playing for him and things. But let's just hope the organization brings a level of stability to be able to surround Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards in that trio. But especially Towns, as far as he's been there for 7 years and is endured like a lot of losing seasons and frustrations, and just take his game to a whole nother level and everything. But anyway, this is Stu from Stu Hoops TV. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the Minnesota Timberwolves organization as far as Karl-Anthony Towns' potential. Can he take it up 2 or 3 levels and everything? Or is Anthony Edwards that guy that's going to be, the number one player, the number one option on the championship team? Can they be that Western Conference powerhouse, kind of take the same path as the Phoenix Suns as they continue to develop? But anyway, just let me know your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next one. And subscribe to the channel. Stu Hoops, I'm out. Peace.